My beloved child, pause everything for a moment and come into this stillness with me. Let the world go quiet. Let the noise of your thoughts fade into the background. Come close, not just in body, but in spirit. For what I am about to share with you is not just a message, it is a moment I have ordained before time, crafted with intention, wrapped in love, and delivered straight into your heart. This moment has always been meant for you, and I have waited for it with deep expectation, because I knew that when you heard these words, something in you would begin to shift. Today, I unveil a sacred truth. I am drawing two people into your life, not by chance, not by coincidence, but by divine design. Their arrival is not random. It is not delayed. It is not born of human decision or natural timing. No, it is my orchestration. It is the fruit of a season I have long prepared for you, a season of deep restoration and unveiling. These souls are answers to long-buried prayers, to groanings of your heart that you couldn't even put into words. They are part of a tapestry I've been weaving behind the scenes, thread by golden thread, while you wondered if I was still listening. I have never stopped listening, child. I have never stopped watching over you. I have counted every tear, traced every sigh, lingered beside you through every silent night, when you lay awake wondering if things would ever change. Even when you couldn't feel me, especially then, I was closer than your very breath. I have walked with you through shadowed valleys. I have held you in moments of despair you never told anyone about. And now that your spirit is ready, I am bringing something new. These two individuals I am sending into your life will not come to replace me. No one ever could. They are not being sent to fix you or complete you. That is not their role, and that has never been your lack. You were never broken in the way you feared. You were weary, you were waiting. You were surviving through pain that demanded more of you than anyone ever saw. And in that place I was already making a way. These souls are coming not to patch what is broken, but to walk with you as signs of what is being made whole. The first one will not enter with noise. There will be no trumpet announcing their presence. They will come in quietly, almost imperceptibly at first, like dawn easing its way into the night. Their arrival won't feel dramatic, it may even go unnoticed in the beginning, but slowly you will sense it, a peace surrounding them, a calm that speaks to your soul more loudly than words ever could. They will not demand space in your life. They will not try to impress. And yet, you will find yourself slowly lowering your guard. Not because you are trying to, but because something about them will feel safe. This person will not need to tell you that you matter. The way they see you, the way they listen without rushing, without judgment, will be enough to remind you that you have always mattered. They will reflect back to you the beauty you've forgotten, the goodness you stopped believing you carried. They will not try to teach you anything explicitly, but their very presence will awaken memories of who you were before the world told you to be someone else, before love disappointed you, before you learned to shrink in order to survive. Child, I want you to understand something deeply. They are not being sent to heal you, because you are already in the process of healing with me. They are not a cure. They are a companion who will walk beside you not as a savior, but as a mirror of my tenderness, my patience, my steady, unhurried love. In their eyes, you will not feel evaluated. You will feel seen. In their silences, you will not feel dismissed. You will feel held. Their presence will be like water to parched land, not overwhelming, not flooding, but nourishing in ways you forgot you needed. Their words may be few, but every one of them will carry a weight that settles gently on your soul. You may find yourself wondering, why does this feel so familiar? That's because I've placed a piece of my heart in them for you, not to be worshipped, but to be received as a gift from me. There is something about their gentleness that will disarm your defenses, not all at once, but gradually, like spring thawing winter. They won't press you to open. They won't rush you through your healing. They will simply be there with eyes that don't look away, with hands that don't reach to fix, but to support. And in that sacred space between you, I will dwell, I will speak, I will move. This is not just a relationship, it is a sanctuary. And yet, I know that even gentle things can feel frightening to a heart that has known betrayal. I know how easy it is to turn away from peace when you've been conditioned to expect pain. I know how hard it is to trust when your history has taught you to brace for loss. But I am asking you to do something brave, child. I am asking you to let this be different. I am asking you not to sabotage what I am sending just because it doesn't look like what hurt you in the past. This is not a repeat. This is not a trap. This is redemption unfolding before your eyes if you are willing to see it. This friendship, this connection will not bind you. It will free you. It will remind you what it feels like to laugh without fear, to speak without self-editing, to be met exactly where you are without having to prove your worth. This person will carry a quiet strength that gives you permission to rest, not to collapse or depend, but to breathe deeper, to finally exhale, to know that in some rare places of this world you can still be met with gentleness. I am sending them as a sin, not that you are lacking, but that you are ready, ready to remember, ready to open, ready to be known again, not for the roles you've played or the battles you've fought, but for the essence I placed in you before time began. So when you see them, when you feel that sacred ease rising in you, don't fight it, don't dismiss it. Recognize it for what it is, a divine appointment, a marker on your journey, a soft light guiding you home to your own heart. They are not coming to change your world. They are coming to hold a space in it where my love can reach you in a new way, a deeper way, a way that touches what words never could. And in their presence I will whisper again and again, "See, child, I never forgot you. My beloved child, now that your heart has begun to soften in the presence of the one I have sent to reflect peace, I want to prepare you for another gift, different but equally sacred. This second person I am sending into your life will not arrive gently like a whisper. They will not feel like soft rain or quiet sunrise. They will come with force, not to harm but to awaken, not to bruise, but to break the shell that has grown too tight around your spirit. You see, love does not only come in gentleness. Sometimes love comes wrapped in discomfort. Sometimes love looks like disruption, like confrontation, like friction that refuses to let you fall back asleep. This second person I am placing in your path carries that kind of love. Not sentimental, not safe, but fierce, burning, and holy. They are not here to soothe you, but to stir you. They are not here to validate your comfort zone, but to call out the pieces of your calling you have avoided for far too long. I know, child, how much you crave peace after all you've endured. I see how desperately you want stillness, rest, reassurance, and I have given you that. But growth does not live in stillness alone. Growth comes through movement, through pressure, through refining, through heat. The parts of your destiny that remain dormant cannot be awakened by whispers. They need thunder. And this second soul carries thunder not to destroy you, but to summon you. They will not be what you expect. In fact, at first you may resist them. You may misinterpret their passion as pride, their boldness as arrogance, their challenges as rejection. But look again. Beneath their strong voice is a deep love. A love that sees you. A love that believes in what you carry more than you do. A love that refuses to let you waste it. They will not coddle your wounds. They will not step around your excuses. They will not entertain the lies you've told yourself to stay small. They will ask hard questions. They will expect you to rise. They will hold up a mirror and challenge you to see not who you were, but who you could be if you stopped running from the light. And yes, this will unsettle you. Yes, you will be tempted to retreat. But child, don't you see? I would not send this person to you if you were not ready. I am not cruel. I am not careless. I do not place fire in your life to burn you. I place it to refine you. This soul carries that refining flame. They are not your enemy. They are your spiritual companions, and not to walk behind you or ahead of you, but beside you in strength. They will push you, yes, but they will never abandon you. Their challenge will be matched by their commitment. When others walk away, they will remain not because they are perfect, but because I have placed a burden in their heart to see you flourish. Their love will not always feel like kindness, but it is kindness. It is kindness that refuses to let you settle. It is kindness that calls forth the leader in you, the artist in you, the truth teller in you. They will not let you hide. They will not let you waste your fire. They will not let you dim your light just to keep others comfortable. And when you feel like they are too much, when their words sting, I want you to come back to me. Sit in the quiet and ask me, Lord, is this from you? And I will remind you, yes, this one is mine too. Just as I crafted the gentle one to mirror my peace, I have crafted this one to mirror my strength. They are not here to complete you. They are here to activate you, to confront the places you've closed off, to challenge the ceiling you've placed on your own life, to speak life into your potential, even when it scares you, especially when it scares you. I know you have been hurt by strong personalities before. I know you have been wounded by voices that were harsh without love, sharp without wisdom. But this is not that. This is holy friction. This is divine disruption. And if you allow it, this relationship will unlock parts of your destiny that nothing else could. You may find yourself angry. You may find yourself defensive. But pause, breathe, and ask yourself, what are they stirring that I've buried? What dream is rising up that I thought had died? What truth are they voicing that I've been too afraid to speak? You may not understand them fully at first. That's okay. Spiritual assignments rarely arrive in forms that fit our expectations. This person is not here to be comfortable. They are here to be catalytic. You were not born to stay the same. You were born to transform, to evolve, to stretch toward the divine purpose I placed in you before the foundations of the world. And child, let me tell you something that will help you hold both of these souls in balance. Neither one is more important than the other. Do not elevate gentleness over challenge. Do not idolize peace over progress. Both are sacred, both are needed, both are part of the wholeness I am restoring in you. The first will teach you how to rest without fear. The second will teach you how to rise with fire. The first will help you feel safe enough to open. The second will call forth the courage to walk forward once you've opened. I have not sent them to compete with each other, nor to pull you in opposite directions. I have sent them to complete a picture, to give you both roots and wings. One is the anchor, the other is the wind. One heals your wounds, the other prepares you for battle. And in the tension between the two, you will find something precious: maturity, spiritual depth, discernment, strength wrapped in compassion, courage grounded in tenderness. You will not have to choose between them. You are not being asked to favor one side of me over another. I am both the lion and the lamb. I come as a whisper and I come as a storm. And these two people reflect that duality. So when the second one speaks and you feel yourself bristle, lean in. Ask me what I am trying to show you. Ask me where I am trying to stretch you. Let their presence be a teacher, not a trigger. Let their voice shake the dust off of old dreams and remind you that you were made for more. And when the tension feels unbearable, come back to me. I will hold you. I will remind you that both gentleness and fire are forms of love. And I will give you the wisdom to navigate the dance between stillness and stretching. Child, do not resist what I am building in you. This is not punishment. It is preparation. I am raising you up, not for comfort but for calling, not for ease but for impact, not just to be healed but to be whole. And wholeness often comes through the friction of transformation. You are not alone. I am still with you. I am still guiding. I am still weaving these people into your life with care, precision, and holy purpose. Let the winds of challenge stir your soul. Let the voice of disruption call you higher. Let the flame refine what fear tried to hide. And know this, everything I allow, I use. Every soul I send, I sanctify. Trust me in this, even when it stretches you, especially when it stretches you, because child, stretching is the sign of growth. And you, my beloved, are growing into the fullness of everything I created you to be. My beloved child, now that you have begun to feel the stretch between comfort and calling, let me remind you again, nothing I send into your life is without purpose. No encounter is accidental. No soul is misplaced. Both the gentle one and the one who brings the storm carry my breath in their presence. And together, they reveal a truth you have long forgotten, that you are being rebuilt, not patched, not managed, rebuilt from the inside out. You may feel confused as you try to hold both of these people in your heart. One makes you feel safe and known, the other makes you feel challenged and exposed. One reminds you of what you once were. The other confronts what you still could become. It may feel like you are being pulled in opposite directions. But child, listen to me closely. What you are feeling is not chaos, it is alignment. I am pulling the layers of you together, fusing the fractured parts into something whole. The world has taught you that you must choose between softness and strength, between rest and movement, between stillness and purpose. But I say to you now, you were never meant to live divided. You were not created to be only one thing. You are allowed to be both grounded and free, both healed and healing, both still and stirred. This is why I have sent two people, because no one person can reflect the fullness of what I am doing within you. Each of them reveals a different aspect of the transformation. One is the sanctuary where your soul can breathe. The other is the forge where your spirit is tempered. And both are sacred. Both are anointed. Both are invitations to come deeper into the life I am building for you. Let me ask you this, child. When was the last time you felt seen without needing to perform? When was the last time you were challenged without being shamed? These two people are the answer to those questions. One holds space for your soul to rest. The other holds space for your strength to rise. And I know this is new for you. You have grown used to the extremes. You have been either too open or too guarded, too passive or too hardened. You have lived in the tension of either hiding or striving, but I am bringing you into balance. I am anchoring you in wholeness, and these relationships are the tools I am using. There will be moments when the gentle soul reminds you of what love was always meant to feel like: unhurried, unearned, unwavering. In their presence, you will feel like a child again, not in immaturity, but in innocence. You will laugh more easily. You will trust more freely. You will remember what it feels like to be embraced without condition. And then there will be moments when the challenger confronts you with truths you've avoided, when their words cut through your illusions like light through darkness, when their very presence urges you to rise higher, to think deeper, to stop shrinking. And it may feel like they are too harsh, too much. But if you listen with your spirit, you will hear something deeper than the words of love that believes you are capable of more than survival. Do not confuse their firmness with rejection. Do not confuse their challenge with lack of care. It takes great love to see someone's potential and call it forth, even when that calling demands discomfort. It is easier to appease. It is braver to sharpen. And this second soul I've sent is brave enough to sharpen you, not for their sake, but for yours. You see, child, the season you are entering now cannot be carried by the old version of you, the version that tolerated being overlooked, the version that feared taking up space, the version that measured worth by productivity or approval. I am calling you out of that shell, and I am using these people to guide your emergence. One guides you gently by the hand, the other opens the path with a sword, and both are walking with you at my instruction. You do not need to figure them out. You do not need to control the outcome. You only need to stay open to the healing, to the growth, to the stretch. For in this sacred unfolding, I am doing something in you that no one else sees just yet. But I see it. I see the strength beneath your gentleness. I see the wisdom rising through your wounds. I see the calling that was pressed down by fear but never extinguished. I see the fire, child, and I will not let it die out. You were never meant to walk this road alone. Isolation has lied to you. Loneliness has whispered that no one could understand. But I have shattered that lie by sending these two. One to meet you in the quiet, the other to meet you in the fire. And through them, I am showing you once again that I have not forgotten you. You may ask, but Lord, why now? And I tell you, because now you are ready. Not perfect, not finished, but ready. Ready to let go of the old scaffolding, ready to receive help. Ready to believe that you are not too much or too little. Ready to be held and to be challenged, not as contradictions, but as sacred companions on the same road. There will be moments when you will want to retreat, when vulnerability feels like exposure and growth feels like pressure. But come back to me then. Sit with me, cry with me, rage if you must. I will hold all of it. I do not require you to be composed in my presence. I only require you to stay. Stay through the awkwardness of learning to receive love. Stay through the discomfort of facing what you've avoided. Stay when you're tempted to push people away before they can get too close. Stay when your old patterns beg you to self-protect. Stay long enough for something new to take root. Because this time, child, it's not about returning to who you used to be. It's about becoming who I always saw in you. And these two people, they are here to help you remember, not with sermons or answers, but with presence. One will look at you like you matter and you will believe it. The other will speak into your life like it's worth calling higher, and you will begin to act like it. Their approaches will differ. Their personalities may even clash at times. But don't let surface differences distract you from my deeper purpose. They are not meant to complete you. They are meant to reflect what already lives within you. The peace, the power, the resilience, the gentleness, the truth, the fire. You don't need to fully understand them. You don't even need to fully understand yourself yet. All I ask is that you stay open. Trust the process. Trust me. And in time, child, you will look back on this season not with confusion, but with awe. You will see how intricately I wove every thread. You will see how precise my timing was. You will see that these two souls so different, so divinely sent were not interruptions. They were answers. Sacred reminders that I still write the story of your life with purpose, with tenderness, and with deep, unshakable love. You are not just being loved, you are being rebuilt. And I am not done yet. My beloved child, now that your heart has begun to grasp the depth of what I am doing through rest and disruption, through gentleness and firelight, me guide you even deeper into the mystery of this season. There is something sacred I want you to understand. These two souls I have sent are not merely people passing through your story. They are vessels of my intention. They carry within them living pieces of my will for your life. And through them, I am doing a work in you that could not be done in solitude. I know you've learned to carry things alone. You've learned to pray in silence, to cry in secret, to hope with trembling hands while pretending not to need anything at all. I've watched you wear strength like armor. I've seen the way you smile with weary eyes, offering the world your best, while hiding your bruised heart behind layers of resilience. And yes, that strength was necessary for a time. It carried you through much. But now, child, it is no longer your only way. Now, I am teaching you how to be strong in connection, how to be healed not just by my spirit, but through the presence of those I place around you. You were never meant to live isolated in the fortress of self-protection. That was survival. But now, I am calling you to live. And living means being seen. Living means opening again, even when the past still echoes with betrayal. Living means allowing yourself to be held not because you are weak, but because even the strong need places to rest their head. And so, I have sent these two souls as answers to that sacred invitation. To live again, not behind walls, but within holy relationship. The gentle one will teach you how to breathe again, how to let down your shoulders, how to exist without performing. Their presence will be like a song your soul once knew but forgot how to sing. In their eyes you will find no judgment, only kindness. In their listening you will hear my tenderness echoed back to you. And over time you will notice that your inner dialogue begins to soften, not because they've said anything magical, but because their consistent presence begins to rewire what pain had rewritten. You'll laugh in ways you haven't in years. You'll speak more freely. You'll find yourself thinking, maybe I don't have to try so hard. And child, that's because you never did. My love for you was never performance-based, and neither is the love I've placed in this one's heart for you. It is not earned. It is not held over your head like a reward. It simply is. Just like my love, it simply exists because you do. And yet, even as peace flows through your relationship with them, the other one I've sent will continue to stir, the one who challenges, the one who disrupts the silence you once called safety. They are the thunder to the first one's rain, the flame to the other's water, and they are just as holy. Their presence in your life is not an accident, it is not a punishment, it is not a test you must pass. It is a blessing in disguise that you will only begin to understand when you stop trying to make them fit your idea of what love should look like. Child, not all love looks like warmth. Sometimes it looks like a mirror that refuses to flatter, a mirror that shows you your true strength and calls you out when you try to pretend you're still broken, a mirror that says, you are more than what you survived, now live like it. This soul I've sent is not here to wound you. They are here to stir the gifts you've buried under layers of fear. They are here to challenge the parts of you that have been asleep. And I know, yes, I know it's uncomfortable, growth always is, but that's why I chose them carefully, because they are strong enough to challenge you and faithful enough to stay. Do you know how much love it takes to stand firm in someone's life when they push back? To speak truth when lies would be easier? To say, I see more in you, when someone only wants to be left alone? That is the kind of love this person carries. And yes, it will stretch you. Yes, it may even make you angry, but in the depth of your spirit you will feel it. This is love too. It doesn't always feel soft, but it is always sacred. Let me speak something tender to the place in you that still hesitates. You don't have to choose one or the other. You don't have to figure out whose presence is right. They are both right. They are both needed. One soothes your wounds. The other strengthens your soul. One gives you space to be. The other calls you forward to become. And in the tension between the two, you are being transformed. You are learning what it means to be balanced in grace and truth, to receive without guilt and to grow without fear, to rest and to rise, to be still and to stretch. You are no longer swinging between extremes. You are being rooted in a deeper identity, one that does not rely on other people to define your worth, but is strong enough to receive their reflection without losing yourself. These people do not complete you, they awaken you. They reflect back to you the parts of me that have always been present, waiting to come alive in new ways. And through them, you are being shown a picture of wholeness that includes both comfort and challenge, softness and strength, silence and sound. You may wonder, why now? Why both at once? And I tell you this, because you are ready. You have prayed for breakthrough, you have longed for change, you have cried out for healing. And I am answering not with distant miracles, but with living vessels, not with abstract signs, but with embodied grace. These two people are the answers to the prayers you whispered in your most honest, most desperate moments. And no, they won't be perfect. They will make mistakes. They will misunderstand you. There will be moments when you question everything. But child, Don't be too quick to run. Don't be too fast to close the door. Give space for grace. Give room for growth. These relationships are alive, and like all living things, they will require tending, patience, and surrender. Let me remind you, I do not send anyone into your life without purpose. I do not write characters into your story without significance. Every person I place in your path carries something for your journey. Some are there to remind you of where you've been. Others are there to pull you toward where you're going. These two are doing both. One is helping you reclaim your softness. The other is helping you reclaim your strength. One is showing you that you are worthy of being held. The other is showing you that you are capable of holding more than you believed. And both of them, in their own way, are teaching you how to live again, not by pretending, but by becoming. So receive them, child. Receive the joy, receive the tension, receive the invitation to trust again, to grow again, to open again. I know it feels risky. I know your heart remembers the pain. But this time, I am writing the story. This time, I am guarding the unfolding. This time, you are not alone. Let their presence become the soil where new roots take hold. Let their words, even the hard ones, become seeds of change. Let their consistency become proof that not everyone leaves. And let their difference become the doorway through which you are reshaped. I am with you in every conversation, every pause, every conflict, every peace. I am in the silence between your questions. I am in the fire between your growth. I am not only watching, I am building, restoring, aligning, preparing, loving, and I will not stop. Not until the masterpiece I envisioned in you from the beginning begins to shine, not with performance, but with the quiet light of someone who has remembered who they are. You, my child, my image bearer, my beloved, still becoming and still held. My beloved child, as you continue walking through this season of restoration and renewal, I want to gently open your eyes to another layer of what I am doing. You may not yet fully understand why these two souls, so different in spirit, so contrasting in expression, have entered your life at once, but that's because my plans are not always revealed in straight lines. They are woven in patterns of grace, shaped in moments of surrender, and revealed through time and trust. You have asked me in your heart, Lord, how will I know which voice to follow? What if one leads me astray? But hear me now, neither of them is your compass. I am. They are not here to be your guide, your guru, or your authority. They are not replacements for my spirit. They are reflections, living instruments I've chosen to echo my presence in your everyday life. There is a sacred rhythm in what I'm allowing. Each encounter with them is forming you not into their likeness, but into mine. One softens your edges and teaches you how to receive with an open hand. The other sharpens your vision and compels you to live with intention. One speaks to the child within you who longs to be nurtured. The other speaks to the leader within you who is ready to rise. You are both, child. You have always been both. Do not fear the duality within yourself. You were made in my image, and I am both mercy and justice, both stillness and movement, both lamb and lion. These two people I've placed beside you are helping you reconcile that same tension within your soul. The parts you tried to silence, the parts you forgot you had permission to carry. There is no shame in needing gentleness, and there is no weakness in being confronted with your own power. This season is not about favoring one over the other. It is about learning to hold both, to receive comfort without becoming complacent, to embrace challenge without becoming hard. And yes, there will be moments of confusion. You will wonder if you are doing it right. You will ask if you're growing fast enough. But I say to you, beloved, growth is not measured in speed, it is measured in surrender. You are not behind. You are not late. You are right on time with me. Let me remind you, I am not in a rush. I am not waiting for you to catch up. I am walking beside you every step, every breath, every choice. And when you misstep, I do not punish you. I redirect you. When you hesitate, I do not shame you. I draw near, and when you fear you have failed, I whisper again, child, this too is part of your becoming. So do not worry if you do not understand these people completely. Do not fear if some moments feel overwhelming or uncertain. What matters is not that you have full clarity, but that you remain open to the process. Transformation rarely begins in understanding, it begins in obedience. And your willingness to remain open, even when you feel unsure, is the seed of something eternal. Let's talk again about the one who brings you peace. Their kindness will seem almost otherworldly at times. You will wonder how they are able to sit so patiently with your silence, how they never rush your healing, how they look at you as if you are still whole even on the days when you feel like scattered pieces. This is because I have filled them with a love that flows straight from my heart. Their affection is not based on what you do, how you perform, or how strong you appear. They do not love you for what you bring to the table. They love you because I have assigned them to reflect back to you what I've always seen. My child, unblemished by shame, precious, even in your process. There is healing in that gaze, not loud healing, quiet healing, the kind that seeps into the soil of your soul and begins to shift things from the inside. They may never say much about your pain, but they will make space for it. And in that space, the weight you've carried begins to lift. Not because they take it from you, but because their presence reminds you that you no longer have to carry it alone. Let yourself rest here. Let yourself be seen. Let yourself feel the safety of connection without transaction. This is the kind of love that teaches your nervous system how to stop bracing, how to stop flinching at kindness, how to stop assuming every warm hand will eventually let go. This person will not heal every wound, but they will sit beside you as I do the healing, and that child is just as holy. And now, again, I return your heart to the one who challenges you. They may confuse you with their intensity. You may feel like you're being tested, like they are asking more of you than you're ready to give. But I need you to see something clearly. This is not a test. It is a call to rise, to confront, to own the parts of your story you've tried to erase. You've asked me to give you boldness. You've asked me to make you strong. You've asked me to help you step into your purpose. Well, here is the answer, not as a burst of inspiration, but as a person who won't let you settle, who won't let you hide, who won't let you remain asleep to the fire I've placed in you. They are not being harsh when they challenge you. They are being faithful, faithful to what I've shown them, faithful to who you are becoming. They are not impressed by surface-level growth. They are looking for roots, for evidence that you are not just changing behavior, but transforming at the core. Yes, it's hard. Yes, it's uncomfortable, but child, you cannot grow without pressure. You cannot fly without resistance. This person I've sent is not here to shame you. They are here to push you past the limits you created in fear, and I have given them eyes that can see past your masks, past your polished answers. They are not fooled by your deflection. They are after your truth. Do not despise this. Do not reject the discomfort. Let it shape you. Let it reveal the things still unhealed. Let it teach you what it means to be deeply known and deeply challenged at the same time. When you are tempted to pull away, come back to me. Let me remind you why I sent them. Let me show you what I am chiseling through their words, through their questions, through their persistence. This is love too, child. Fierce love. Unyielding love. The kind of love that says, I will not let you stay small. And as you walk with both the gentle and the strong, you will begin to notice something miraculous. You will begin to change. Not in ways that feel forced, but in ways that feel like home. You will start to reclaim parts of yourself that had been lost. You will discover courage in your voice, softness in your eyes, power in your presence. And you will realize, this is what I've been doing all along. Not fixing you, restoring you, not rushing you, rooting you. not demanding of you, but calling you back to the truth of who you've always been and inviting you to live that truth out loud. You are not an accident. You are not too much. You are not behind. You are right where you need to be, held in my timing, surrounded by my grace, and accompanied by those I've chosen for this very moment. Let this season be one of sacred rebuilding. Let the gentle one teach you rest. Let the strong one teach you resolve. And let me, your Father, continue to teach you how to walk in both boldly, freely, and fully alive. My beloved child, I see you. I see how you're starting to walk differently, not necessarily faster, but with more awareness. I see how your heart is beginning to open wider, not just to the world around you, but to yourself. And I want you to know how deeply proud I am of you. Not because you have it all figured out, but because you are still showing up, still listening, still allowing me to shape your journey, even when it's uncomfortable. This process, this holy unfolding of your heart is not just about your relationship with the two people I've placed in your path. It's about the relationship you are learning to have with yourself. For so long, you measured your value by how others treated you. You tried to understand yourself through their approval or absence. You saw your worth through lenses clouded by rejection, betrayal, and misunderstanding. But child, I am now giving you new lenses crafted not from wounds, but from wisdom. You are learning to discern, to notice not just how people make you feel, but what they awaken in you. That's why the one who brings comfort feels like a returning home to something you thought you lost. And the one who challenges you feels like standing on the edge of something terrifying and true. Both are showing you parts of yourself you've struggled to believe are real, the part that deserves to rest and the part that was born to rise. Let's take a moment and sit with that truth, because I know it's hard for you to receive. You've become used to earning love, to explaining your pain, to hiding your gifts so others wouldn't feel small beside you. But that time is over. I am asking you now, child, to stop apologizing for who you are. I am asking you to stop negotiating your light just to make others more comfortable. I am asking you to stop waiting for permission to be whole. You already are. These two people are not here to give you value, you already have it. They are here to mirror it back to you in ways that you've forgotten. One reflects it through presence, the other through pressure. But both are speaking the same truth. You are chosen, you are equipped, you are becoming. And yet becoming is not a gentle process. It requires unlearning, shedding, stretching, surrendering. Some days you will feel raw, some moments will confuse you. You may even be tempted to go back to what was safe, familiar even if it was hurting you. That's okay, that's part of being human. But hear me, child. Do not go back to the versions of yourself that you outgrew in survival. I have called you forward into something higher. Let me talk to you again about the challenger, because I know that in your quiet moments, you wrestle with their presence. You wonder if they're judging you, or if their fire will burn you instead of build you. But child, what if I told you their fire is refining you in places you didn't even know were cold? You see, I've anointed them to hold up a standard not of perfection, but of truth. And I knew that when you came face to face with that truth, you would tremble. That's okay. Even Moses trembled at the burning bush. But trembling is not the same as danger. Sometimes it's just the soul recognizing the holy. There is something holy about being known not just in your softness, but in your strength. Not just in your sorrow, but in your assignment. The one I've sent to challenge you sees the places where you've allowed fear to pretend it was wisdom, where you've allowed comfort to wear the disguise of peace. And they're calling it out not to shame you, but to set you free. Do not dismiss their questions. Do not run from their honesty. I have placed a sword in their mouth, and though it may cut, it cuts with precision and purpose. It is meant to separate the old from the new, the illusion from the identity. And yes, it may hurt, but the pain is not punishment. It is the pain of release, of letting go of lies that no longer belong to you. Let their presence provoke you not to defense, but to reflection, Let it stir up dreams you buried too soon. Let it push you toward the conversations you've avoided. Let it teach you how to respond, not from fear, but from faith. This is not about pleasing them. It's about becoming who I've always seen in you. You've prayed for me to show you your calling. You've asked me to help you grow. This is my answer. Not just through sermons and scriptures, but through people, through encounters, through divine friction. Sometimes the doorway to your next level looks like a person who refuses to let you shrink. And what about the one who brings comfort? Their presence may feel easier, but don't mistake ease for passivity. What they carry is powerful too. It takes strength to hold space for another. It takes wisdom to love without needing to fix. It takes spiritual depth to be a place of refuge without becoming a crutch. They are not enabling you, they are restoring you. I have trained them in silence. They know how to sit in pain without trying to rush the process. They know how to see broken pieces without looking away. And I have anointed their presence to soothe the nervous system of your soul, to teach you that not everything has to be earned. That real love isn't loud. Sometimes it is quiet and steady, like the heartbeat of heaven itself. With them, you'll learn how to rest again, not as escape, but as alignment. You'll remember that peace is not the absence of difficulty, but the presence of trust. They are showing you what it means to be deeply loved, not for what you produce, but simply because you exist. They are rewriting what your body believes about safety. They are reintroducing you to a rhythm of grace. And I am in both. I am in the softness. I am in the strength. I am in the words and in the silences. I am in the tears and in the laughter. I am in the quiet days where everything feels still. And I am in the turbulent moments where everything feels stretched. You do not have to fully understand what I'm doing to walk forward. You do not need to predict the outcome to trust my hand. I am not asking you for certainty. I am asking you for surrender. And with every step you take, I am covering you. With every question you ask, I am answering in ways deeper than language. Child, let these two souls be what they are. Signs of my faithfulness, vessels of my presence, echoes of my voice in a world that often drowns me out. And let your heart begin to believe, maybe I am not so far after all. Maybe I've been speaking the whole time. And now, because you are ready, I brought the words to you in the form of people so you could feel me not just in spirit, but in flesh and blood, so you could know that I am still Emmanuel, God with you. Not just in church, not just in silence, but in your kitchen, in your texts, in your coffee conversations, in the moments that feel ordinary but are laced with divinity. I am here, still shaping, still loving, still drawing you home. My beloved child, take another deep breath. Let your shoulders drop. Let the weight you've been carrying, even unconsciously, fall at my feet. For this moment, just be still. I am here, not watching from afar, but closer than your heartbeat, closer than the thoughts you've been trying to silence. And I want to tell you something now that your heart is quieter. I am proud of how far you've come. No one sees all the inner steps you've taken, the invisible choices to stay, to try again, to speak when silence felt safer, to believe when it would have been easier to walk away. But I see. And I rejoice, not because you've done it perfectly, but because you've stayed connected. You've chosen love, even when fear whispered louder. And that choice, that quiet, persistent return to mice, what's shaping the new life I'm building in you. Let me take you deeper now into the mystery of these two souls I've sent. By now, you've started to realize this isn't just about relationships. This isn't about friendship alone. This is about identity, reflection, activation. These two people are not the destination, they are doors. Doors to places in you that had been shut, sealed, or forgotten. And now, one by one, they're unlocking what I have placed within you since the beginning. With the one who brings comfort, you are learning to be. That may sound simple, but you know it's not. You've spent years proving, achieving, striving, adapting. You've learned how to be useful before being present, how to be pleasant before being real, and in their gentle gaze, all that begins to unravel, not with force, but with permission. You find yourself saying things you didn't plan to say, sharing stories you thought didn't matter, but they do. Every word, every sigh, every silence. And in their presence, you are met with what you thought no longer existed, unconditional acceptance. The kind that doesn't blink when you cry, the kind that doesn't rush to fix, but stays to listen. They become like sacred ground, steady, soft, safe. And that safety is not weakness, it is healing. It is rewriting your definition of love. It is showing you that you can be received, not just tolerated. That you can be celebrated, not just supported. That your softness is not a liability, it is a reflection of me. And yet, with the one who challenges, your body responds differently. You feel your defenses rise. You feel your thoughts race. Your instinct is to argue or to retreat, and still I ask you not to run. Because what they are stirring is not danger, it's direction. Child, hear me. I have placed a holy restlessness in them on your behalf. They cannot sit still while you bury your brilliance. They cannot remain silent when you dim your light. They will agitate or not because they enjoy conflict, but because they were designed to disrupt what needs to shift. They are not your enemy, they are your midwife. Yes, their presence brings tension, but tension is not the same as division. Tension, when blessed, becomes the pull that draws you forward into strength, into clarity, into purpose. And I am blessing this tension. I am using it to show you the strength you forgot you had, the voice you stopped using, the dreams you labeled unrealistic. There is no accident in their timing. I brought them into your life not when you were perfect, but when you were ready. Ready to stop playing small, ready to stop hiding behind politeness. Ready to confront your inner ceilings and rise. And still, I know the cost of transformation. I know how painful it is to release what has kept you safe. I know that even growth can feel like grief. But I promise you, my child, what you are releasing now will be replaced by something far greater. You are not losing yourself. You are recovering yourself. Let me speak to the part of you that fears losing control. The part that says, if I open too much, I will break. But child, you are not fragile. You are tender, yes, but not breakable. You are resilient. You are holy ground. You are capable of being fully known and still loved. You are capable of receiving correction without shame. You are capable of growth without self-rejection. These two people, though very different, are showing you this truth through their love. The one who sits with you is showing you that stillness is not wasted time, that resting does not mean losing your edge, that being held is not weakness but sacred nourishment. And the one who provokes you is showing you that challenge is not abandonment, that pressure is not punishment, that when someone calls you higher, it's not because you are failing, it's because you are full of potential that must be unlocked. I am the one who has authored both. Both are my vessels. Both are part of your becoming. And yes, you may not always feel equal affection for both. You may resonate more easily with the one who reflects the version of you that feels easier to embrace. But I ask you to trust me in the discomfort. I ask you to sit with the friction, to learn its language, to see not only how you feel in their presence, but who you are becoming because of it. Child, I am growing you in both places, in the sanctuary of softness and in the fire of truth. And what will come forth is not a fragmented soul, but a fully formed one. You are not being split between two paths, you are being united within one purpose. That purpose is me. To reflect me in your way of loving. To reflect me in your way of leading. To reflect me in your courage, your compassion, your wisdom, your joy. Even your wounds are being repurposed. They are becoming wells of healing for others. Through these relationships, I am restoring not just what was lost, but what was buried. I am uncovering parts of your spirit that never got the chance to breathe. And you will feel it, slowly but surely. The lifting of old narratives, the loosening of false identities, the unfolding of something new, something ancient, something sacred. You may wonder, how long will these people walk with me? And I say to you, child, that is not for you to worry. Some are sent for a season, some for a lifetime. But all who are sent by me are sent with intention, and none will leave your life without having deposited something eternal. So walk slowly, love deeply, listen carefully. Ask me for discernment, ask me for grace, ask me for eyes to see past the surface into the spirit, into the purpose, into the glory I've wrapped within ordinary moments. I am not done speaking, I am not done sending, and I am not done healing you through the hands and hearts of those I've chosen. You are surrounded, you are seen, and you are being sculpted into someone who doesn't just survive life, but lives it fully, freely, faithfully. That, my child, has always been my dream for you, and I will see it through. My beloved child, now that you've begun to walk with awareness, seeing how each of these souls I've sent into your life plays a part in your unfolding, I want to bring you deeper still, because there is something precious I am cultivating in you that cannot be rushed. Something invisible to the eyes of others, yet undeniable in its power. I am building within you the maturity to remain soft in a world that has often been harsh, and the strength to remain truthful even when it costs you comfort. You have learned so much already. You have begun to distinguish between true peace and the illusion of it. You felt the difference between being accepted and being tolerated. And more than anything, you're learning to recognize the voice of my spirit, not just in quiet prayers or sacred scriptures, but in people, in laughter, in challenge. In the strange way your soul lights up when someone speaks to the part of you that's been asleep for too long. The two people I've sent here, they are very different, and yet both are sacred mirrors. They reflect not only me, but also your readiness to rise. There was a time not too long ago when you would have rejected both. The gentle one would have felt too much, as if their warmth was suspect. The challenging one would have been too intense, provoking wounds instead of truth. But child, you've grown. That's why I brought them now. You're ready to receive what once would have overwhelmed you. And still, I know the fears that linger in the corners of your mind. The fear that you might misread them. The fear that the love you're beginning to receive won't last. The fear that you'll be asked to give more than you have. Let me speak to those fears. First, know this. I did not send these people to take from you. I sent them to draw out of you what I've already placed within you. Their presence is not a test, it is a confirmation. A sign that you have reached a new threshold of spiritual maturity, where you are able to love and be loved, not as a transaction, but as a reflection of grace. You've longed for this, haven't you? Not just companionship, but connection. Not just agreement, but alignment. Not just familiarity, but meaning. These relationships are not meant to distract you, they are meant to direct you, to keep your eyes lifted, to remind you that you are still a part of something eternal, and that even in the ordinary days you are being refined. With the one who offers peace, you are discovering the sacred art of presence. They do not try to solve your heart, they simply honor it. They meet you where you are without pressing for where you should be. And in their patience, your nervous system learns a new language: rest. You will find yourself drawn to them in quiet moments, not because they demand attention, but because their presence reminds you of a forgotten rhythm where love doesn't come with conditions. One where you are enough, not because of your output, but because you are mine. And the more you rest there, the more you begin to feel again. The ache of joy, the weight of your own tenderness, the beauty of simply being. That, child, is not weakness. That is worship. On the other hand, the one who challenges you continues to carry a different kind of anointing. They are like a storm sent to stir still waters. They see what you've been protecting, and they are not afraid to touch it, to speak to it, to ask, "Why do you keep this hidden?" Their questions may feel sharp, but they are asked in love. Their confrontations may sting, but they are not rooted in ego. I have given them eyes that pierce through surface smiles. They are not fooled by your half-truths or polished responses, and that may feel unsettling, but child, it is also freeing. For the first time, you are beginning to realize that not everyone leaves when you reveal the parts you're still healing. Not everyone turns away when you stand in your rawness. This person does not need you to be palatable. They need you to be real. And I have called them to that very task, not to tear you down, but to strip away what no longer serves the call on your life. You've asked me to use you. You've prayed to become a vessel of impact. This is how it begins, not with a stage, but with surrender. Not with applause, but with alignment. I know you didn't expect the people I would use to grow you would come in such contrasting forms. I know you were hoping for something cleaner, neater, easier. But I don't shape diamonds with silk. I refine them with pressure, and I don't awaken purpose through comfort alone. I often awaken it through relationships that stretch your soul in places that have never been touched before. That is what these two carry. Together, they are reshaping your idea of love. Love that lingers, love that disrupts, love that doesn't just comfort your wounds but calls you to heal them. And now, I want to tell you this. It's okay if you don't know where these relationships are going. It's okay if you don't have a label for them. I didn't send them to fit neatly into your categories. I sent them to fit deeply into your becoming. Some of the people I send into your life will not stay forever, but the mark they leave will. And this is not a sign of failure, it is a sign of completion. When their role in your formation is finished, trust me to lead the next step. Until then, remain faithful to the unfolding. Be present, be teachable, be kind to yourself when it gets messy. And know this, child, I am with you in every moment. When you sit with the one who makes you feel seen, I am in their stillness. When you feel the fire of the one who calls you higher, I am in their words. When you wonder if your heart can hold both, I am in that wondering too, steadying your soul, strengthening your trust. You don't have to split your loyalty. You don't have to analyze every word. Just keep coming back to me. Let me interpret what your mind can't yet understand. Let me remind you that I am still writing your story, and these are only chapters, not conclusions. And one day, not far from now, you will look back on this season and realize, I was growing you in the tension. I was loving you through others. I was breaking patterns you didn't even know were binding you. And in the process, I was setting you free. My beloved child, you've come so far. And though you may not yet see the full extent of what has changed within you, heaven rejoices. Every moment of quiet surrender. Every choice to stay soft when hardness would have been easier. Every step toward truth, even when it trembled beneath your feet, I have seen them all. And I want you to know, nothing has been wasted. Nothing you've walked through. No tear, no silence, no achy has gone unnoticed in my hands. You are becoming not by force, but by faithful unfolding. You are healing, not in haste, but in the rhythm of grace. And as this journey with these two souls continues to shape you, I want to shift your gaze now not only toward them, but toward the legacy their presence is awakening in you. You see, this is not just about what you receive, it is about what you are now able to give. Because healing is never meant to be hoarded, growth is never meant to be hidden. I am not just restoring you for your own sake. I am restoring you so that others may find refuge in the love you've learned to embody. What you are experiencing in these sacred relationships is preparing you to become a sacred space for others. Let me speak first of the one who soothes, the one whose presence feels like a warm light in the winter of your heart. You may not realize this yet, But every time you allow yourself to be seen by them, every time you open your heart without explanation or defense, you are practicing a kind of spiritual generosity. You are showing others that it is possible to be whole and still healing, to be vulnerable and still strong. And in time, child, you will become that same light for someone else. You will look at another with eyes that don't rush, and they will exhale. You will listen without needing to fix, and they will feel held. You will offer a presence so steady, so grounded, that others will feel safe enough to return to themselves. That is the fruit of what you are learning now. That is how healing multiplies. On the other hand, the one who challenges you, the one who confronts, who pushes, who refuses to let you settle has awakened a different fire in you. You've discovered that you can hold space for hard conversations, that you can tell the truth in love, that you can stand firm in your boundaries without losing your compassion. And one day, someone will come into your life and need that exact strength. They will be lost in the fog of their own confusion, paralyzed by fear or shame. And you will be the one who says, "No, you don't get to stay here. There's more for you. You were made for more." And you will say it not with condemnation, but with clarity. You will say it because you've lived it, because someone once said it to you and stayed. You see, child, both of these people are not only shaping your heart, they are sowing seeds into your future ministry, your future friendships, your future mission. You are being shaped not only for now, but for next. And I am so very intentional with every person I allow into your inner circle. I don't send many, but the ones I do are sacred. Some will come as comfort, some will come as catalysts. Both are consecrated. Both are my design. And you, my beloved, are becoming a carrier of both. The tenderness to hold, and the strength to call forth. The gentleness to listen, and the courage to speak. Do you see it now? You are becoming a reflection of Minot, just in what you believe, but in how you live, how you relate, how you love. These relationships are not just forming you, they are forging you into someone others will someday look at and say, "I felt God in their presence." Yes, and that, child, is the quiet power of transformation. It does not always come with fanfare. It comes with faithfulness. It does not always look like victory. It often looks like vulnerability. But make no mistake, I am doing a mighty work in you. You will not leave this season the same. And yes, there will still be moments of discomfort, moments when these relationships feel too much to hold, when the tenderness of one softens your walls too quickly and you want to retreat, or when the boldness of the other scrapes against your old beliefs and you feel your defenses rising. In those moments, come to me. Do not shut down. Do not shut them out. Sit with me in the tension. Ask me what I'm doing. Ask me where I'm leading. And listen not with the ears of fear, but with the ears of trust. Because trust is what this season is truly about. Not blind trust in people, but deep trust in me. Trust that I know what I'm doing. Trust that I see what you cannot. Trust that I am the one writing this chapter and I know how to bring it to completion. You may not understand everything now, but understanding is not your foundation, faith is. And faith says, I may not know why this person speaks to me the way they do, but I will not run, I will discern. I may not understand why this gentleness makes me weep, but I will let it wash over me. I may not know where these relationships will go, but I know who is guiding them. And child, it is enough. Let me carry the weight of what you cannot yet name. Let me hold the future while you remain faithful to the now. Let me remind you, again and again, that love, real love, has never been about comfort alone. It has always been about becoming. And you, my dear one, are becoming. Not the person others demanded you be. Not the version of yourself you constructed to stay safe, but the you I dreamed of when I formed you in secret. The you who walks in wholeness. The you who leads with light. The you who knows how to hold space and still tell the truth. The you who no longer fears being too much or not enough, but simply is. That version of you is rising, right now. And I am here for every single breath of it. My beloved child, now pause. Breathe. Look at how far you've come. You welcomed what felt unfamiliar. You opened your heart to love in both its gentle and refining forms. You allowed me to work through people, through tension, through grace, and you stayed. Even when it stretched you, even when it hurt. And now, I want you to know this. You are not who you were. You are stronger, softer, wiser, more whole. The two souls I sent were never meant to complete you, but to awaken you, and they have. Walk forward now, not with fear, but with quiet confidence. I am still with you. I always have been. And this was never just about them. It was always about you and me. Always. Your father,